Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Solana price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. I would like to mention that this video is sponsored by MEXC, celebrating the 7 years with massive bonuses. You can find the link in the description below. Starting on the daily chart, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse toward the upside, finishing wave A or a wave 1. And of course, after both case scenario, you're looking for ABC structure, finished correction, wave B or a wave 2. Again, you would like to see higher prices impulsively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your wave 5 is an expanding diagonal, very rare. However, it is still working perfectly as, of course, an impulse. Meaning right now you finish an ABC in the yellow and you're looking for 3 waves toward the downside for a wave B after an A, B, and a C. Second scenario is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Leading diagonal, you're looking for a wave 4 between those perfect fib level for a wave 4. After this, you're looking for a wave 5 in the blue scenario. However, a little bit lower possibility, and that because of course the 1-to-1 fib level taken from this wave 1 to the 2 and giving us a 1-to-1 fib level for the wave 3, meaning your wave 3 is slightly longer than your wave 1 here. However, of course, this is on the logarithmic chart, so therefore there is a chance, of course, for a leading diagonal, however, a little bit, of course, lower than the other bullish scenarios. The final bullish scenario is, of course, an impulse, wave 1, 2, 1, and 2, and you're looking, of course, for a massive explosive wave 3 toward the upside. And that, of course, requires a wave 2 in 3 ways toward the downside. Wave 2 can, of course, minimum target be at the 0.38. In case you are in, of course, in a bigger short-term bearish scenario, it can be, of course, after finishing those 3 ways toward the downside, you're looking for 3 ways up and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to hit, of course, the second blue box between the 0.618, 0.786, which is, of course, also the perfect zone for a wave 2, of course, in this orange scenario to unfold a massive wave 3 toward the upside. Another ultimate bearish scenario is transforming this impulse to a wave 1, and then you get a wave 2, then 3, then 4, then a 5. And that can be, of course, a massive move toward the downside for Solana toward the $3, which is a very rare case scenario. However, even if it transforms into a slower impulse, it can be an A, a B, and a C, of course, another impulse toward the downside, which it still can hit the 0.618. However, still this ultimate bearish scenario very far. You need, of course, to break zone 1, zone 2, and therefore we start to think about this one. Yeah, so this is what I see for Solana. First, we're gonna have to test the $75 and the $50 zone. Let's move inside this wave to see what's going on the micros on the 2-hour chart here. And of course, on this in this scenario, we're looking at a potential wave A finish with, of course, lack of an impulse here, where you don't see, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see with a wave C here. After A, B, and a C, of course. And of course, we got a triangle after it. In case you are in 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a wave 5, okay, it can be finished, and then 4 and a 5. Your final wave 5 has been broken. You don't have an ending diagonal. Your wave 4 is longer than wave 2. And also you don't have an impulse 1, 2, 1, 2 potentially, but this is a very, very big wave 5 and very low possibility. Therefore, the possibility goes for a corrective wave A, B, and a C here in 3 ways for a W. Very sharp wave X as a bridge in between after finishing double structures, of course, as a flat and as a zigzag with a wave X in between. Starting to look toward the upside, of course, after a finished wave W here, X and a Y, and we're looking right now, of course, inside it to see what's going on the 1-hour chart for the micros. In the micro analysis, we see, of course, a 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, hitting the 1.618 perfectly for a wave 3, and we're looking currently for a wave 4. And this wave 4, of course, is extending in time, knowing that we took the high here, of course, for a wave 5. It can be a wave 4, it can be, of course, a wave 2 as well, we don't have to forget. So this is also an impulse. If we move to the 15-minute chart, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very nice impulse as well, taking the high as well for a wave 5. And don't forget, based on the time taken from the wave 2, you can of course hit is already this zone. Here we go, you already passed the 0.618, of course perfect timing for a wave 4 and moving for a wave 5. Therefore I'm gonna consider that this is a finished wave 5, or it can be as well a finished a big wave 1. Here you have a 1 and potential wave 2, 3, 4, and a 5 towards the upside. So we're gonna see exactly what's gonna happen here with this scenario. In case we are looking for wave 2, you want to hit, of course, the minimum target 0.38 inside this blue box. Now the 0.23 has been hit so far, and we might see some rejection again, but it might be, of course, here something like a corrective and then continuation toward the downside. Now, of course, we don't see an impulse. We see, of course, overlapping, and that means, of course, it is a corrective wave, A, B, and a C finished. You might see, of course, 3 waves toward the upside for a wave B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave C, hitting perfectly the blue zone again, of course, for a wave 2 in the 0.38 fib level. Timing wise is, of course, taking the wave 1 here as a timing and set our wave 2 time. Of course, we need to reach minimum requirement, the 0.38, which is over there, not reach that, and that means, of course, we might still looking for lower. And if we are looking for a perfection here, we can say, of course, that we can hit the 0.618, which is, of course, the perfection of a timing for a wave 2. And in this case scenario, I'm looking, of course, that this wave 2 finish over there. And if this happens, of course, therefore we might expect a wave 3 toward the upside, continuation, of course, and this might unfold what we see, of course, in the big picture, that you might have, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, maybe a wave A, B, and a C for a longer zigzag. So to explain a little bit in an overview, in a bigger view again, let me remove the timing, so it would be nicer. So as we said, we finish, of course, WXY 3 waves down. You're looking for 3 waves up. Now it can be this, as we said, a finished impulse. It can be a wave A as well, B, and a C towards the upside, hitting perfectly this blue zone again for a zigzag. It can be as well 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, having, of course, a correction, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, taking the all-time high in 3 corrective waves. And this, of course, after 3 waves down, 3 waves up, will unfold, of course, and expanding a flat toward the upside, taking the all-time high in a bear market. Insane price action, insane scenario that it might happen here, of course, and we see the same in Bitcoin as well, that this possibility is available. Of course, it is a possibility, guys. It doesn't have to happen. Don't forget, this is a wave B, and a wave B, of course, has many forms. It can be zigzag, it can be flat, it can be triangle, it can be W, X, and a Y, and then moving toward the downside for an A, B, and a C, or A, B, and a C. So these are the difference, guys, that we might have. So yeah, of course, it is not an easy trade for the wave B, as I always mention on this channel. Be careful from wave B. They are very tricky and they can be very volatile sometimes. Yep, so that was it for Solana. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you on the next one. Bye bye.